Episode 56 UU, June 14, 2024. Ukraine. Woman faints into fire, and wartime restaurant burns wood. In Episode 56 UU, 1. Michigan, Flint. Ordinance would legalize open burning in Flint, but permits could cost residents. 2. New York, Kingston. Kingston air quality worsened in 2023 due to wildfire smoke. 3. Utah. Global emissions and horrific weather events. How they connect. 4. Washington. Community groups challenge permit for Washington's first industrial wood pellet fuel plant. 5. Wisconsin, Madison. Madison Kipp factory receives DNR permit, despite neighbors' concerns. 6. Canada, British Columbia, Vancouver. Metro Vancouver residents must register indoor wood-burning fireplaces, stoves by next year. 7. United Kingdom. Statins, blood glucose, and other stories. The BMJ. Levels of nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter, PM2.5 in air, estimated at nurses' residential addresses, showed positive associations with the 8. Ukraine, Kharkiv. Woman loses control of fire while burning dead wood in Kharkiv region and dies. 9. Ukraine, Kyiv. We have to dig in. Kyiv braces for long-haul power cuts. Barron's. Ivan Panchuk, the chef at Kanapa, said his restaurant had altered its menu, begun using wood-burning grills. 10. Kenya. Cooking and coughing. Respiratory diseases plague Kenya as more people burn wood too. 1. Michigan, Flint. Ordinance would legalize open burning in Flint, but permits could cost residents. MLive.com burn permit, which would allow residents to make fires with seasoned, clean wood from the beginning of April until the end of September. People are burning as we speak, and if it's seasoned, dry wood, we don't have any problem with it, Wiggins said. The proposed amended ordinance. RAWSEP View. Seasoned, clean wood when burned still emits 450 times the PM2.5 as natural gas burning and seasoned. Clean wood when burned still emits 2.8 times the CO2 and PM2.5 as the fossil fuel coal burning. These statistics are taken from testing the Ecodesign stove from the United Kingdom, the cleanest burning wood stove in the United Kingdom. 2. New York, Kingston. Kingston air quality worsened in 2023 due to wildfire smoke. Times Union. Wood burning. Their small size allows the particles to stay in the air for extended periods, traveling long distances before depositing. Kingston air quality worsened in 2023, Bard College Initiative says, warning of Daily Freeman. Wood burning. According to the KAQI, inhalation of these particles can in addition to wildfire smoke. The report also made note of a higher RAWSEP View. Before the 2023 wildfire, there was already PM2.5 pollution in the yards of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners that sickened those near neighbors. The only solution, unless there were local ordinances passed against indoor wood burning appliances exceeding national ambient air quality standards, NOx, was the near neighbors staying in their sealed homes with multiple air purifiers running. Today, staying in sealed homes with multiple air purifiers running is the advice that health departments give people who are exposed to incursions of wildfire smoke, as happened most dramatically on June 7, 2023. That incursion of Canadian wildfire smoke also caused some airports to close and had other economic impacts. That incursion of wildfire smoke also caused a network of solar panels, a true renewable energy, unlike the farce of calling wood-burning renewable energy, across New York State to work only at 50% efficiency. 3. Utah. Global emissions and horrific weather events. How they connect. This news. Resulting smoke swamped the West, including Utah, driving up dangerous levels of harmful pollutants like PM2.5, or fine particulate matter. RAWSEP View. RAWSEP agrees with the sentiment of terming PM2.5 harmful. 4. Washington. Community groups challenge permit for Washington's first industrial wood pellet fuel plant. Earth justice. In no universe is burning wood a step forward for our climate. Although the wood pellet industry is new to the Pacific Northwest, it has already. 5. Wisconsin, Madison. Madison Kipp factory receives DNR permit, despite neighbors' concerns. The Cap Times. PM2.5. Residents Catherine and Drew Scientia told the DNR. But the DNR has maintained that PM2.5 emissions can be difficult to pinpoint to one source. RAWSEP View. PM2.5 emissions can be pinpointed to one source if the PM2.5 monitor is located hyperlocally next to the source of PM2.5 pollution. It is not economically feasible to put enough EPA regulatory grade monitors that may cost $100,000 each next to each source of PM2.5 pollution that needs to be shut down or regulated to protect human health. But luckily we have Purple Air PM2.5 monitors that cost under $300, use lasers to count the PM2.5 particulates and operate in almost real time, every 10 minutes, to give data that can be downloaded at any time by any person off the internet, including health department employees during normal working hours. Purple Air PM2.5 monitor data is already put on EPA Air Now maps of smoke and fire, alongside $100,000 EPA regulatory monitors, correlated in Wisconsin to EPA regulatory monitors with a simple mathematical formula, PA times 0.514 plus 1.8304. It is not necessary for numbers to be rocket science precise because the numbers from Purple Air monitors and EPA regulatory monitors catch the same range of pollution measured, from safe to unsafe for human health. The numbers only confirm scientifically what the humans can sense as the touch of the grime of smoke on each human pair of eyes, the smell of smoke in each human pair of nostrils, taste of smoke in each human mouth, the look of smoke captured by a Ring or other security camera that is purchased to catch additional evidence of the look of harm coming toward the near neighbor of an indoor wood burner. Hopefully the near neighbor is not near enough to the indoor residential wood burner to hear the sound of the fire, but if the indoor wood burner's fire is large enough, it might be able to be heard by the near neighbor. But since it is better for the near neighbor to stay inside his or her sealed home with multiple air purifiers running, hanging a Purple Air PM2.5 monitor from the eaves of his or her house will enable the near neighbor to know the level of pollution from indoor residential wood burning in the air, and avoid breathing it in or letting it sting his or her eyes, while still being able to collect data, saved since inception of installation, on the Purple Air online time map. The only glitch in this system of self-defense is that the EPA is not locating their regulatory PM2.5 monitors close enough to indoor residential wood burning to identify each indoor residential wood burning appliance as the source of PM2.5 pollution, while at the same time the EPA is not formally acknowledging that a low-cost consumer-owned PM2.5 monitor like the reliable, accurate Purple Air PM2.5 monitors data can be used to regulate and shut down polluting PM2.5 causing indoor residential wood burning appliances, even when their emissions are above EPA national ambient air quality standards in the yards of near neighbors. With regards to the emissions from the Kipp plant in Madison, Wisconsin, the issue is the same, although the emissions are not from wood burning. The Kipp plant is located in a residential area and PM2.5 monitors have shown that residential area to have high PM2.5 emissions close to the industrial plant. But because the PM2.5 monitors are Purple Air, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, WIDNR, chooses to ignore the emissions. The reasoning behind the decision is that the plant is small and not in the purview of the WIDNR. 6. Canada, British Columbia, Vancouver. Metro Vancouver residents must register indoor wood burning fireplaces, stoves by next year. Vancouver Sunday particulate matter from residential wood smoke. The report notes that smoke from residential indoor wood burning continues to be the most. A report to Metro's Climate Action Committee suggests launching a campaign to remind people to register their wood burning appliances. Metro Vancouver residents must register indoor wood burning fireplaces. Prince George Post. A report to Metro's Climate Action Committee suggests launching a campaign to remind people to register their wood burning appliances. RAWSEP View. Vancouver, Canada experiences wildfire smoke part of the year, and when allowed, citizens fire up their wood stoves and pollute the air with unnecessary wood smoke the other part of the year. Are human sentient beings capable of self-examination? Do indoor residential wood stove users in Vancouver, Canada care about their health? Do indoor residential wood stove users in Vancouver, Canada care about their health of their near neighbors? In this instance, more must be done to regulate up to a point, after a short period of education, and then actually stop indoor residential wood burning, just like other harms to our fellow humans are hopefully stopped by authorities, if authorities are needed. This needs to be discussed, at length, or if you are tired of the discussion, just stop burning wood. 7. United Kingdom. The British Medical Journal. Statins, blood glucose, and other stories. The BMJ, levels of nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter, PM2.5 in air, estimated at nurses' residential addresses, showed positive associations with the RAWSEP View. RAWSEP was unable to read more because a subscription was required. From the headline, it seems that PM2.5 may be linked, as it often is, to a particular human disease. 8. Ukraine, Kharkiv. Woman loses control of fire while burning dead wood in Kharkiv region and dies. UNN.UN Crimes and Emergencies. In the Kharkiv region, a 67-year-old woman died while burning deadwood and dry grass after losing control of fire. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Fainted and fell into the fire. A woman died in Kharkiv region while burning dry grass. Kyiv UNN, April 1st, 2024. 25,051 views. A 60-year-old woman died while burning dry grass in an open area near the village of Kyiv, Kharkiv region. In Kharkiv region, a 60-year-old woman died while burning dry grass, UNN reports, citing the state emergency service. Today, on the outskirts of the village of Kyiv, Bohodukhiv district, dead wood was burning in an open area. When the rescuers arrived at the scene, the fire had covered 800 square meters. While working in the fire center, firefighters found the body of a dead woman in her 60s. According to eyewitness neighbors, she was cleaning up dry vegetation in an open area and burning it. At some point, she probably felt sick, fainted, and fell into the fire. The state emergency service reminded that burning dry grass is not only harmful to the environment but can also endanger lives. Rescuers also reminded that burning plant residues is strictly prohibited. 9. Ukraine, Kyiv. We have to dig in. Kyiv braces for long-haul power cuts. Barron's. Ivan Panchuk, the chef at Kanapa, said his restaurant had altered its menu, begun using wood-burning grills, and was now sometimes serving patrons by RAWSEP View. This change to wood burning for cooking is a result of wartime privation. Unlike mindless unnecessary wood burning for cooking in the United States, unless there were backup natural gas-fired generators or liquid petroleum gas-fired generators, as are used as a bridge innovation increasingly in Africa, it is a hopefully temporary wartime privation that has resulted in patrons and cooks being exposed to cancer-causing, asthma-causing, wood smoke in order to create food to eat. Do Americans still want to emulate this pathetic and harmful method of cooking? Cities under siege and homeless camps are, under extreme conditions, reduced to wood burning for cooking. Don't choose to expose yourself or your near neighbors to the statistically high risk of illness and early deaths by burning wood for cooking. 10. Kenya. Cooking and coughing. Respiratory diseases plague Kenya as more people burn wood too. The Detroit News. Burn wood to save money. Viviane Wandera. Associated Press. Nairobi, Kenya. Piles of firewood surrounded Jane Muthoni in her kitchen made of iron. Kenya. Cooking and coughing. Respiratory diseases plague Kenya as more people burn wood too. Washington Post. Nairobi, Kenya. Piles of firewood surrounded Jane Muthoni in her kitchen made of iron sheets. The roof, walls, and wooden pillars were covered in RAWSEP View. These articles speak for themselves. The Washington Post and the Detroit News are now covering this sad story, with a ray of hope in replacement of wood burning for cooking with liquid petroleum gas in some instances in Kenya.